Welcome to a deep dive into one of the biggest retail moments of the year, back-to-school shopping. You might think it's, just a predictable dash for notebooks and backpacks. But in 2025, the whole game has really shifted. Is the traditional season dead? Or is it just, changing in some really fascinating ways?
Oh, it's definitely changing. Evolving is the word. Far from dead. We're going to unpack how tradition, tech, and this idea of personalization are all sort of converging. It's creating this really dynamic multi-category experience. It's anything but simple.
Absolutely. And our mission today really is to explore who's spending, where they're heading to shop, the surprising rise of, certain product types, and what it all means for you. Whether you're a parent navigating those aisles, or maybe a student eyeing the latest gadget, or just, curious about consumer trends. Let's start with the big shift right off the bat. The first thing that really jumps out, I think, is this move towards shopping early. Our sources show a full 2/3, that 67% of back-to-school shoppers had already started buying things by early July. It's the highest early shopping rate we've seen since, 2018?
Yeah, significant.
It feels incredibly early. What's really driving that speed up?
Well, it's a fascinating symptom of wider economic anxieties, really. This rush is mostly driven by a very practical concern. People are worried prices will go up, potential tariffs. And they're definitely feeling the pinch from general inflation, too.
Right.
So by shopping early, they're trying to lock in prices, maximize their budgets, maybe avoid product delays. It's less about pure excitement, more about strategy.
Okay, so it's a defensive move for shoppers, trying to get ahead of price hikes. And retailers, they're clearly leaning into this, aren't they? These big sales events, Amazon Prime Day, Target Circle Week, Walmart deals, all jammed into July. They feel like a crucial part of this early shopping now.
Exactly. It's like a win-win.
Retailers clear inventory, boost their Q3 sales, and you, the shopper, get a shot at deals before the main rush.
It's a very well-orchestrated dance. And what's also striking is just how compressed and predictable the actual shopping calendar has become. A huge 72% of shoppers, they plan to finish all their buying within just 2 months before school starts.
2 months? Wow.
Yeah, most finish either 1 to 2 months out or, in those last 2 to 4 weeks. Very few, less than 5%, actually leave it to the absolute last minute.
So, okay, for brands listening, this means your marketing campaigns, they can't just be about August anymore. You basically need to be live by mid-July, peaking in August, or you've pretty much missed the boat.
Completely missed it. It's an incredibly tight window, demands real precision. Precisely. And states are getting involved, too, offering sales tax holidays. These are specifically designed to ease the financial burden and, lure those early shoppers.
Right, the tax-free weekends.
Exactly, like Alabama, Florida, Texas. They offer exemptions on clothing, maybe up to $100 an item. School supplies, often $50 or less. Even computers, sometimes up to $750 or even $1,500, depending on the state. Definitely worth checking your local state's rules because the dates and what's covered can vary quite a bit.
Good tip. So everyone's trying to get ahead, shoppers, states, retailers. But if people are starting so much earlier, does that also change where they're choosing to shop? Let's dive into what I found really unexpected. It's like comeback of actual stores, brick and mortar.
It is quite the paradox, isn't it? Especially with all the talk about e-commerce growth. But yeah, in-store shopping is actually leading the charge for back-to-school 2025. 57% of shoppers plan to buy stuff in physical stores.
Over half.
And more than 6 in 10 will at least browse the aisles in person first, even if they buy online later. It just highlights that enduring appeal of, the physical experience.
And who is it that's really embracing the in-store trip?
Well, the data shows it's especially strong among baby boomers and parents of younger kids. They seem to genuinely value that tactile, sensory thing, touching the fabric, seeing the colors. They see it as a kind of back-to-school ritual, picking up the lunchbox together, trying on headphones.
Yeah, makes sense. It's part of the tradition.
But here's where it gets really interesting, kind of counterintuitive, actually. Gen Z's unexpected embrace of physical retail.
Gen Z? Really?
Yeah, defying all those assumptions about digital natives, right? Gen Z parents are actually more likely than millennials or Gen X to shop exclusively in store. It's about 27%.
Hold on. Gen Z parents shopping only in stores. That completely flips the script we usually hear. What do you think is going on there? Is it like a pushback against endless scrolling or seeking community?
It really suggests a kind of brick-and-mortar renaissance, driven maybe not just by nostalgia, but a real desire for that tangible, immediate experience. Direct brand engagement. Maybe there's some digital fatigue or wanting the social aspect of shopping. It's hard to say for sure.
Hmm.
And there's a clear link to income here, too.
Mm.
Households earning less than $75,000, they're almost twice as likely to shop exclusively in-store. That's 30% compared to higher income households.
Okay, so that's a key point for retailers.
Absolutely. It just underlines the importance of shelf visibility, in-aisle marketing, good signage, product placement, especially if you're targeting those budget-conscious shoppers.
Got it. So people are shopping earlier. A surprising number are hitting the physical stores.
Mm-hmm.
How are the big players adapting? Who's really winning in this kind of hybrid landscape?
Well, Walmart looks set to be the primary destination. Nearly 8 in 10 consumers plan to shop there. That's huge.
8 in 10.
Yeah. And interestingly, this includes a good chunk of high-income shoppers, too. They seem to be embracing Walmart for its value, sure, but also convenience and just the sheer range of stuff they have.
So for brands, that means thinking about Walmart is critical.
Essential. Tailoring promotions, maybe thinking about cross-category bundles that make sense in a Walmart context. You have to understand how your product fits into that wider basket.
Right. That's a massive win for Walmart, especially pulling in those higher earners. What about Amazon? Still a giant, obviously.
Oh, definitely. Amazon remains a powerhouse at 72%, but our sources suggest it's often used more as a discovery engine.
Ah, okay. Like for research.
Exactly. People compare brands, read reviews, maybe check prices, and then they might use it to fill in items they couldn't find in store or after a bigger physical shopping trip. It's often a complementary role.
Makes sense. And Target.
Target follows in third place, around 54%. But the big takeaway here, the overarching lesson, is what we're calling the omnichannel imperative.
Right. Being everywhere the shopper is.
Precisely. The path to purchase is just so fragmented now. Shoppers move, fluidly between physical stores, websites, influencer posts, social media feeds. It absolutely demands omnichannel precision from brands.
So if you're a brand,
Yeah.
you need your product to look good on a Walmart shelf and have the right keywords to pop up on an Amazon search. It's both.
Exactly. It's about understanding how your target audience shops, not just their demographics, but their behaviors. What drives them. Is it discounts, great reviews, brand ethics, maybe an influencer they trust? It's a complex, multi-layered puzzle for marketers.
Okay, so beyond the where and when, let's talk about the what. We're seeing some really interesting shifts in what people are actually buying for back to school beyond just the usual pens and paper. What are these sort of rising star categories getting more attention this year?
Well, it's interesting. Essentials like books and traditional supplies, they seem pretty shielded. People aren't cutting back much there. But technology and clothing, those are the top categories where parents say they might reduce spending if budgets get tight. However, technology itself is still seen as a fundamental necessity, not really optional anymore. Half of all shoppers plan to buy tech products for back to school.
Half. That's huge for tech. It really shows how vital it is for learning today.
Absolutely. And get this. 1 in 4 parents plans to spend over $500 just on technology alone.
Wow.
Headphones, earbuds, tablets, laptops, they dominate the shopping lists. Apple is still the preferred brand, but HP, Dell, Google, Samsung are right there too.
And what about AI? We hear so much about it everywhere else. Is it creeping into back-to-school tech?
It absolutely is. AI-enabled devices are gaining traction. Parents and students are starting to see AI more as a tool for personalized learning, not just for fun or entertainment.
Interesting. So less about games, more about homework help.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
And this opens up new ways for brands to talk about their products, even in adjacent categories. Think tech accessories, productivity software, maybe even energy drinks for those late study sessions. But here's a real twist. 1 in 5 shoppers plans to use AI tools just to find online deals.
Wait, AI for deal hunting, not just for schoolwork. That's fascinating. What does that mean for retailers? Are their websites even ready for AI trying to scrape deals?
It definitely creates this growing need for retailers to enhance their digital channels specifically for AI-powered discovery. Their algorithms need to be ready for AI shoppers, not just human ones. But equally notable, and maybe a bit surprising in a school context, is the rise of self-care.
Self-care for back to school. It really highlights that this season isn't just about academics anymore, is it? It feels much more about identity and getting ready in a broader, more personal way.
Exactly right. Nearly half, almost 50% of shoppers plan to buy personal care items. Fragrances are actually emerging as a standout category. Think Bath & Body Works, Calvin Klein.
Oh, okay.
And there's also a surge in interest for skincare and cosmetics. Brands like Cerave, Cetaphil, Neutrogena, ELF, Maybelline, L'Oreal. For older students especially, these aren't just products, they're signals, right? Identity, self-expression. Back to school is this big moment of reinvention for them.
Yeah, starting fresh.
So brands are challenged to position their stuff as part of that emotional journey. Like, how might their product show up in a TikTok Get Ready With Me video or a college student's dorm tour? It's really about tapping into that emotional connection.
That's a really smart way to look at it. It's the feeling, not just the function.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're a brand trying to navigate all this, the early shopping, the in-store comeback, the changing product lists, what's the modern retail playbook look like? What are the key strategies?
Well, first off, social media is no longer optional. It's paramount. 35% of online back-to-school shoppers use social media to find products and sales.
Right.
Half of millennial parents shop on their mobile phones, and a striking 57% of U.S. parents say their kids influence the back-to-school purchases. Big influence.
Kids have the power.
They really do. So this means showcasing your products, your promotions on platforms like TikTok. TikTok's fantastic for reaching Gen Z, younger parents. You see those challenges, those hashtags like that Brevet backpack waterproofing test. That went viral.
Ah, yeah, I saw that. And Facebook.
Yeah.
Still relevant.
Absolutely. Facebook still has a really broad appeal, especially for that 35 to 44 age group. Plus, its ad network is incredibly targeted, so you can't neglect the established platforms either. It needs to be a comprehensive social strategy.
Okay, social's key. What else?
Promotions and value are still absolutely crucial. With 3 out of 10 consumers saying they're using coupons more often, appealing to those budget-conscious shoppers is essential. Think Bebo Go buy one get one or gift with purchase offers.
Standard stuff, but effective.
Right, or even contests, social media giveaways. Maybe post with a hashtag first day of school hashtag for a discount code. Prioritizing discounts and shopping early, those are the key saving methods parents are using.
Makes sense. And convenience, that always comes up.
Always. A significant 77% of parents actually prioritize convenience over price.
Wow, over price. That's telling.
It is. So what does that mean practically? It means offering multiple shipping and delivery options, free shipping thresholds, buy online, pick up in-store, BOPIS as I call it.
Click and collect, yeah.
Bundling bestsellers can help too. Or offering tools, like Staples has that checklist search by ZIP code, or you can browse supplies by grade level. Anything to streamline the process for busy parents, that's a win.
Definitely. And finally, influencers. Still a massive force.
Huge. 87% of survey participants said they pick a product recommended by an influencer.
87%.
It's enormous. Collaborating with creators, it builds trust, credibility, whether it's just a simple TikTok or an Instagram reel.
What about the cost, though? Can smaller brands even play in that space?
Well, the cost can vary a lot. Back in 2023, the ballpark figure was maybe around $100 per 10,000 followers for an Instagram post, but it's really about finding the right influencers, people who genuinely connect with your specific niche. Could be mommy bloggers, could be teen lifestyle influencers. The key is making sure the message feels authentic, organic, not just a forced ad.
Right, authenticity matters. So let's recap. As we've seen, Back to School 2025 is, well, it's this dynamic hybrid battleground. Digital and physical retail are merging. It's a season where parents, students, they're seeking both value and self-expression. They're starting earlier than ever, and they're prioritizing tech and, surprisingly, self-care. The traditional season, definitely not dead, but boy, is it evolving fast.
Yeah, and whether a product sits on a Walmart end cap or pops up in an Amazon search or stars in some viral social post, the core question for brands isn't just, are you there? It's more like, are you ready? Ready for this new, really fluid consumer journey.
Yeah, exactly. What's truly fascinating here, thinking back to our AI point, is how this increasing comfort with AI, both for learning and for shopping, how that will continue to shape things. Not just how we shop, but maybe even the products themselves. As students look for more personalized learning tools and parents use AI for deal hunting, what new categories might pop up? What becomes part of that essential back-to-school toolkit when AI is fully integrated? That's definitely something interesting to think about until our next deep dive.